Hey guys, hope everybody's doing good. Today I'm going to show you how to make a penny alcohol stove. You're going to need 2 cans, a penny, razor blade, a small screwdriver or something to poke holes in these cans with, and you're going to need some alcohol, rubbing alcohol. And these are the alcohol penny stoves. Those are done. You can make them all different sizes, and there's perks to having them bigger and perks to having them smaller, and I'll explain everything to you as we go. First off, I'm going to take a razor blade. I'm about 1.25 inches thick here. Like I say, you can make them all different sizes. What we're going to do is score this can. Just go all the way around it. And you can see I've got the razor blade sticking over the side a little bit. And I'm going backwards from the razor blade on the back side of the edge. I'm actually trying to use it backwards. And then once I get all the way around it and I've scored it, then I'll start just working it into the blade. Not trying to cut it, you know, just scoring it. Sometimes you gotta back up a little because it'll start grabbing a little too much. I think this is the hardest part, is getting a good clean cut. You can use scissors. I've seen guys poke scissors and poke holes in them and stuff like that. You can do that too. Alright, I think we're scored good enough here. I can see it's gone through here. We'll just kind of work it and see. Yep, there we go. Well, still got to go a little more on that back side there. It's close. Close, no cookie. And once you make these, you can reuse them. They're really good to use during fire bans. When you can't have a regular campfire, you can use these to cook with. And they're fun to make. I like doing little projects, you know. I'd rather cook on something that I made than something that I ran out and bought. You know, you can obviously go out and buy something to cook on if you really wanted to. Like I say, this is the hardest part, is just going around and one little spot that's going to be try to be a pain on this. Okay. Now we've got our bottom of our can cut off. I'm going to go ahead and shut the camera off, cut the other bottom. You're not going to want to sit there and watch me do this twice. But anyway, I forgot to mention too, I sand the paint off, or the majority of the paint. These little dents and crevices and stuff is kind of hard to get the paint out of, but Let me shut the camera off. I'll cut the other bottom of the other can off. And there you can see how I sand. I just lightly
Okay, I got that one
cut off. This is going to be my top. They're both the same cut, but I noticed this one has a little dent in it, which wouldn't change the performance of it, but I'll just make that the bottom and this the top. Okay, we'll start with the bottom, and what we're going to do is take a pair of needle nose and just go around the edges and just kind of bend it. All the way around, and try to keep the mark on your needle nose about the same. That way it's straight. Just take it and do a slight twist. Kind of look like that. And you might have to come back through and just kind of do them a little more, kind of work them in. What we're doing is making that look kind of like a stovepipe on a wood furnace or gas furnace. That way these will slide together. Don't put them together yet though, because first thing we're going to do, you don't have to do this, but I do it. This is regular house insulation. I take a little bit of old house insulation and I just lay down inside there, get it kind of, I'm allergic to this stuff, so. Well, I got the glove on, but it makes me itch like crazy. Okay. Put a little more in there. You don't have to put that in there, but I do. Kind of helps, I think. Keep your fluids and stuff from spilling out everywhere. Okay, now what we'll do is fit these together the best we can. Now, I like to take this, the top of the lip, to the edge here of the bottom piece. And I just slide them down, get them close as I can. Pushing down on them is easy, but if you ever want to bring it out, it's almost impossible. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now, I've got two different size screwdrivers. This piece here, this is the bigger screwdriver. I'm just going to put a hole right here in the middle. Find the middle and just going to tap it with my palm of my hand. That's where we'll fill it from. Now I've got the smaller screwdriver, just a little bitty, you know, it's probably the thickness of the penny, so it's pretty thin. I'll just start off with just poking a hole. Bring it about from this crease to this crease about midway, and just poke a hole. Just like that. And then I'll look at it and I'll line it up from here to here, and I'll just go straight on the other side of it. Line it up. Poke a hole. Then we got a straight line going across there. Do the same thing here. And this ain't got to be perfect neither. You can just start jabbing holes all in it. Because what I'm doing is not perfect. So. And then all I'll do, I got 4 holes. I'll just go in the center, in the middle of each hole. And this you can play around with. Some guys run them with 4 holes. I don't think they get hot enough myself. So I do it this way. Okay, you can see. It's got 8 holes around it. I'm going to go ahead and leave this one 8. Sometimes I'll come back through and poke a hole in between each one of these now. But for the video here, I'm just going to leave them like this. Okay. Now, I'll take a little bit of sandpaper. This is 180. And where that edge is, just kind of clean it up. You don't want to get cut. But like I was saying earlier, these are great for a fire ban. If your city or county or whatever has a fire ban and you're not allowed to have a campfire, you can cook on these. And they actually do really good. Now you do have to prime them. I've watched other YouTube videos on these, and they always fail to tell you that you have to prime these. Because the way they work is by pressure. They get hot. The whole can does heat up. This can heats up, and you can prime them by putting a flame to the bottom, a lighter. They build pressure on the inside, and the fumes start coming out of the holes, and it'll start burning. You'll actually light it from the center hole, because we'll puddle a little alcohol in here, and it'll light, and then this alcohol will burn down. Once this reaches temperature and levels out the interior pressure of this, everything will start burning fine, burning good, and it'll burn for quite some time. All right, let's take this, well, I've got my fire brush here. We can do it right here. I'll show you how I do it. There's your penny. Okay. Take my alcohol. And try not to make a big mess, all I'm doing is filling that center cup up and letting it drain down. Soaking into that. Oops, that went a little overboard there. That's alright though. Just letting that fiberglass insulation soak that alcohol up. Now, some guys put cotton balls inside of here, and it works. It does work. But when you burn the alcohol off, when the fumes and stuff of the alcohol are gone, it's going to burn your cotton. So it's not going to last because it's going to burn the cotton out of it. This house insulation will last a lot longer and you can actually reuse it. So I just like to keep feeding it. Okay, we're good. Grab my lighter here. Now to prime this, like I say, it has to heat up. If it's not heated up, you know, you can sit here and burn on it. If it's not heated up, it is not going to start getting the gas or the fumes out of your holes. It's just going to burn that off in the middle. See, it's done. So you can either hold it up and put your lighter to the bottom until you start hearing it crackling, and you can hear like it'll be the alcohol boiling is what it'll be. And that's actually heating and building pressure up on inside of the stove. Or you can puddle a little alcohol in the middle and get a little on the sides, just like that, and catch it on fire. Still not primed. Still got flame down there too. So. Nobody that I've seen online tells you about priming these things. If they're not hot, they will not work. Okay, now we're heating up. I don't know if you can see. It is starting to burn out of the pilots now. Take our penny, and I think it's an 83 and a older. This one's a 75. Don't put anything newer than that because it's not a good penny. It's not an actual copper penny. Now that little bit of alcohol in the center will burn off. We've established our pressure inside this can. So now our fumes are coming out of our burner and we are cooking. You could put a grate over this and cook off the grate. Cook your eggs or whatever you want to cook. If you don't like the big flames like this, you can go smaller diameter holes around the edges. Now I'll tell you, making them smaller like this one is, this primes way faster than this bigger one primes. This one here you got to burn for a long time to prime. And smaller, obviously, this isn't going to last as long. It's not going to cook as long as the bigger one. This one will cook way longer. It's just harder to get this heated up to temperature to start working properly. But that's it, guys. That is the alcohol penny stove. And during fire burns, like I say, it's awesome. It not only is it nice and warm, I mean, this puts out a lot of heat. It is actually also you can cook on. So later on I'll be showing different grates that you can cook or that you can make to cook on. And transporting, you can slide these in a Ziploc bag. With the insulation inside of them like that, they won't leak. Might leak a little, that's why you got them in a Ziploc bag. You just don't want to throw it in your hiking bag, you know, and wish for the best. At least put it in a Ziploc bag just in case some of the alcohol does come out. But you should be good. And that's how you do it. I'm trying to think if I forgot to mention anything, but I think I've got everything. Yep, this one's to temperature. We're burning, we're cooking. Alright guys, don't forget, like, share, subscribe. I'll be giving one of these away. Not one of these, but another one that I'm gonna make. And some other gear. I'll be doing a giveaway here before too long, so keep an eye open for that. It'll be some pretty cool camping gear. Alright, y'all take care. Till next time, tight lines. Camp, camp, camp. Y'all take care. Oh, I almost forgot. And I know somebody will ask, how do you put it out when you light it? Just blow it out. You'll be good. Y'all take care.